really is a game changer. And so the best way to illustrate this is to show you what a side-by-side comparison looks like. So this is an example of a 5 million EBITDA business valued at 6 times EBITDA, so $30 million, national average tax rates. And so when you sell to a private equity group, generally speaking, they're always going to want you to roll, quote unquote, roll over equity of at least 20%. So they're going to buy assets, first of all, not your stock. When they buy assets, it's less tax efficient for you, but way better for them legally and from a tax perspective. And so this is an 80% asset sale. So $24 million purchase price. This is a generalization of having done dozens of these over the course of time. Every deal's different, but this is a pretty good generalization. So maybe the business is valued at $30 million. You're going to get $24 million purchase price. 20 million of that is going to be cash. So 10 million is the buyer leveraging, borrowing against your assets in your P&L, and then them coming out of pocket with an additional $10 million to equal the 20. And then a $4 million seller note or earn out or some contingent component to the purchase consideration to get to that 24. The equity that's been rolled over in this example, the 20% of the stock rolled over into the new company is your equity upside in the business, which could be worth 10 times the value that you rolled it over at, or it could be worth zero. Who knows? Depends on execution. And so taxes in a general typical deal like this maybe is $8.4 million. And so the total cash at close after tax in that typical private equity sale is $13 million. And I focus on total cash at close because that's almost always where you're focused. What you care about, and at the end of the day, when you look at all these letters of intent and term sheets, is how much cash am I going to get after tax on the barrelhead? Everything else might happen, might not. What's my guarantee? And so that's why I kind of level set at that number. It used to be in the traditional ESOP sale. So back when you had to be a saint to do the ESOP sale, and there's plenty of saints as past clients and great success stories to hear from them. Same $30 million business, you're selling 100% of the business to the ESOP. It's a stock sale, so it's more efficient if you choose to pay taxes. And you're only going to get 10 million cash at close because there's no third-party investor that is writing a check into that transaction. You're doing the transaction yourself with help, obviously, from advisors like us, but you're doing the transaction yourself. And so that same $10 million that the outside buyer could borrow against your company, you do the same thing. And then you're carrying back a seller note for $20 million, getting to the $30 million in purchase price. So you're not getting this much cash up front. You're getting more. You're getting the same amount of money, but you're getting it out over time. And there's this notion called warrants, basically like think of it like stock options to keep it simple. So equity upside that is retained in the business after you sell it. And many of you are familiar in real estate with 1031, where if you 1031 having sold real estate, and you buy another piece of real estate, you can avoid the capital gains tax by electing 1031. A few paragraphs farther down in the code is 1042, which says that if you sell your stock to an ESOP and within 12 months, you reinvest those sale proceeds into US stocks and bonds, you get the same treatment. So you can avoid paying capital gains tax on the sale proceeds. And many, not all, but many companies will do this. Sellers will do this. And so